Hello. Here at Cefas Hydrocarbons team, we have been using molecular fossils to help identify the source of oily pollution in the marine environment. Oil spills unfortunately continue to pollute our global ocean, and identifying the source of this pollution is essential. Fingerprinting is a technique that helps us to chemically characterize an oil, and it helps us identify the pollution source. So how do we do this? One way is to use compounds called the hopanes. Now, these originate from formerly living organisms such as phytoplankton, and over millions of years they become molecular fossils buried in sediment and ultimately petroleum. They're used to identify sources of oil by their unique fingerprint, and you can see an example structure in the middle of your screen. We used gas chromatography mass spectrometry to analyse the hopanes. You can see an example plot top right of your screen where we have separated and identified the individual hopanes, represented by the individual peaks in the plot. We then plotted the ratios of the hopanes, and you can see this in the centre plot of your screen. So we compared hopane fingerprints of spill samples to hopane fingerprints of possible source samples, and this revealed a cluster of highly similar samples in the centre of the plot, circled red on your screen. Thus, we identified the true pollution source, and in this case, this turned out to be fuel oil from a ship. Other hydrocarbon fingerprinting that we employ in our work include using alkane biomarkers to help reveal the sources of blue carbon in marine sediments. For example, does that carbon originate from marine sources or terrestrial sources? And this is a key question for blue carbon. We also use polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons to fingerprint pollution sources around historic wrecks, for example. Does this pollution originate from combustion sources versus oily sources? Check out our research via the link and get in touch. We'd love to share more about our work and how it supports ocean action for clean, healthy, safe seas.